Hello, it's me, Renee. I'm here with a witch's word. Ow, my ears. That hurt. That was a jump scare. You sold your first-born child to a witch years ago to save your mother from a deadly disease. Since then, you've been less successful in the dating world. If you don't find a mate soon, the witch will never get her part of the bargain. Sorry. It shouldn't surprise you when she shows up at your door one day with a stern expression. My dear, we must talk about your deal. Though she looks no older than you, the very air around her tingles with power. You can't argue. You get her situated at your kitchen table with a cup of tea before you try to explain. I've tried. I really have. I'm just bad at this. I'm not cruel, she cuts in with a bemused little laugh. I won't force you to procreate with someone you don't want to be with. I'm merely here to help you towards happiness, and it seems you could use some help. Blind dates arranged by a witch. How did your life come to this? Well, I guess it couldn't hurt. The witch's pleased smile reminds you of a girl's cat's tail before it bounces. So, let's find your man. Elias the bookbinder, Trevor the writer, Arthur the bladesmith. Trevor the writer, a pale man with dark hair and a soft smile awaits you at a table in the corner. After brief instructions, he wastes no time jumping in, leaning back in his chair with a smirk. Just to warn you, I don't read menus, and I've taken the liberty of ordering us for us both already. Okay? They didn't have my preferred cut of boar, which I honestly can't believe, and I think I came up with something that should be decent. I spent a little time traveling, so I guess you could say I'm a bit of a food snob. I love to travel. I hope I get to do it more often. He jumps in immediately. Oh gods, you have to travel. You really can't understand the world without seeing it. You know, people think it's impossible to travel cheaply or easily, but all you really have to do is... A waitress approaching the table interrupts his mid-rapid-fire story. She takes 2 plates of colorful seafood down and asks if you decided on a wine preference. Well, come on, sweetie. I can't make all decisions for us. You tell the waitress your wine preference, then turn to your food. It's a colorful assortment of seafood that looks appetizing, but unidentifiable. Can I at least know what this is? Just try it. I'll guarantee you'll like it. I spent some time on the western coast and got a taste for real seafood. You nod along, glancing away. Look at me. Don't look there. Look at me. Okay. You look back towards him with an unimpressed smile, shuffling a plate of food in your mouth. After you eat, the faster you can leave. So, what do you do? Oh, I'm a writer. He leans back, satisfied with your attention. It's a difficult job. It involves a lot of introspection and inner work. You know, really get to the truth of things. Oh boy. Well, that's interesting. What kind of things do you write about? Well, no, I doubt my work is anything you're likely to read. Ugh. Thanks, goodbye. I'm done. I'm done with you. I am just done already. Bye. I mean the deep universal stories about identity and feelings of alienation. Like what? Well, right now I'm working a story about a scholar who's hitting middle age and feeling unsure about his direction in life. He always felt a little different, like he just doesn't quite fit in with ordinary people, you know, until he meets a vibrant, beautiful female apprentice who really helps him to understand himself. You're drinking heavily. Why am I drinking? To smother your grimace and laughter. He continues without waiting for a response. Have you ever dated a writer? It's a unique experience. No, I can't say I have. He's barely listening though as he leans over and snaps his fingers in the direction of the passing waiter. When she stops by the table, he gestures between the two of you. Don't you think we make an attractive couple? You choke on a sip of wine. You share a glance with the waiter. So glad you're a higher quality of date than my last few. No offense, but I just understand what's with women nowadays. Like my last date, gosh, she ate an entire tart and asked for a bit of mine. Just you. Well, this is going nowhere good. You know you are frowning, but you can't imagine what you're supposed to say in response to that. You just want to get through this day to show the witch you tried. You care. You're frowning. Even as your voice in your head tuts that it's rude, but you can't imagine what you're supposed to say in response to that. I mean, seriously, you don't know how hard it is out there for us guys. Women are so crazy nowadays. Maybe it's because so many guys are such jerks, but it seems like assholes get all the dates anyway, and the nice guys like me get stuck with the crazies. You know what? Wow. I'm gonna just walk out with no other words, cause you just called women crazy bitches, and I'm not gonna be a crazy bitch for that. For anyone else, I would be a crazy bitch. The second you make it out of the restaurant, the witch appears at your side. Nicely done, my dear. That's the last time I take suggestions on Glinda. With a gentle hand on your shoulder, she assures you, at least there are other options. We'll find you someone better. A witch's word is good. That definitely could have gone differently. Maybe better. Bookbinder. You round the corner to find a town square packed full of people and wares. The market days are always fun to visit. Hectic. Loud. Time to visit. You find the fountain where you have agreed to meet easily, but it is a long stretch of sunbaked cacophony before the man approaches you. I thought you've changed your mind, you quip gently. He's a willing man with a hair like Daisy and a shy face. Sunny day. Hair like a sunny day and a shy face. He speaks softly. No way, it's just been a while since I did this. You haven't been going out? Not since my wife died. Ugh. Foot in the mouth already. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's alright. It's been a few years, and I heard heals a little every day. He offers you his arm, and you walk together around the market stalls, exchanging introductions. After a while you say, so, what do you think so far of the whole getting out thing? Oh, it's alright, I'm just a little surprised. Why? What did you expect? No, it's not you. I'm just surprised how nervous I am. Oh, me too. Really? At least now we know that much about each other. The witch must have had some reason to think this would work. Cold coffee. Blah. That piques your interest. I guess you've known her for a while, huh? He shakes his head. I don't know her at all. She helped my village with the pixie problem we had when I was a kid. How do you know her? How old was the witch then? How old is she now? How do you answer that? Your silence makes him stop walking, and he turns to you with an embarrassed gesture. Flapping hands. Oh, God, that's a pretty personal question, isn't it? I'm so sorry. It's okay, maybe we can talk about it some other time. I made a deal with her. I'm still paying off the debt. The silence is stretched and burning, but he just smiles and nods down the street. Could I interest you in some lunch at my favorite cafe? You smile back. Yeah, it's a great day for a little walk and some lunch. The meal has been served among comfortable small talk when he leans forward, suddenly intent. I know I'm not the most interesting person, he admits with an endearing blush, but I try to be a good one. There's much worse ways of living, you smile. So, tell me about yourself. The conversation flows for 4 hours, sharing details of their lives and interests. It's not earth-shattering, it is easy and comfortable. You both leave with smiles. The date is followed by another, and another, and another. Each sweet and simple as the last, hours spent in warm company. Eventually, he asks you to marry him. Accept. The months pass in happiness and pleasant work of building a home. As months turn into a year, it seems despite your effort, baby is not forthcoming. A year to the day after your wedding, a knock sounds on your door. It is the witch, with a small basket in her hands and the same smile. No, knowing smile on her face. I've come to check on your progress and if you're willing to give you a little help. She offers the basket, full of gently clicking bottles filled with pearly liquid. Some potions of fertility to give you a little boost. I've got some tips on how to ensure you conceive if you like to be sure you're doing it right. Before you can get out another word, the witch nods in satisfaction, disappears in a cloud of vaguely scented smoke. The next year still doesn't bring a child, but it does bring the witch back on the same day. She's bearing a different basket of potions, this time gently glowing purple, and after you agree to try them, you manage to convince her to stay for dinner. She is pleasant and thrilling company, stories of speaking tree spirits wedged between pearls of wisdom and attentive listening. The night is over too quickly. The next year there's no baby, but there is a witch who stays for hours and regales you with stories of traveling and adventures in Kelpie husbandry. She has more stories than it seems possible for someone her age, more than would fit in a lifetime. The year after there's no baby, but there is a witch who brings a special goblin brewed wine that has the three of you seeing colors and laughing well into the night. She leaves you with a nasty smelling elixirs for the next day and a split-second hug. The scent of rich earth hanging long after she left. When 5 years have passed, there's no baby, but there is a witch. You greet her with a delighted smile, and she greets you by taking your hand between hers. No, and saying, "It's over, dear." What? What's over? The witch shakes her head, but her smile is fond. "I'm sorry, my dear, but I'm afraid children are not in your and your husband's destiny. But how can I repay you?" She pats your hand fondly. "You made a good effort to repay what you owe. Now it is my choice to forgive that debt. Go and be happy." You could still visit. I mean, I'm sure you have important magic stuff to do, you stutter. But, well, you're always welcome here. A slow smile. I'll have to take you up on that. A witch's word is good. You can't help but feeling that all this could have gone differently, maybe better. Arthur the bladesmith. You meet him at his workshop. He's broad-shouldered and dark-skinned with an intense gaze that meets you directly. But his smile is warm and his hand is gentle when he takes yours. "You look exactly like she described you," he says with a laugh. "She didn't tell me much about you, but it's a pleasure to meet you." "I'm sorry we had to meet at the workshop. I don't get much chance to step away these days with business what it is. Not that I was much socializer before," he adds with a slightly embarrassed expression. "Not much of a people person myself. I mean, I have a witch setting me up on dates. You get a laugh out of him for that." Warm and rumbling. "True enough. Maybe we're a match set. Would you like to sit outside and have a bite to eat? I brought a little something." A picnic sounds perfect. You talk. He's serious about his work, serious about life, serious about starting a family, but he smiles easily when you tell tales of your mother and her obsession with feeding the local imps, and laugh freely when you make a particularly good joke about mages and pantaloons. So this old mage walks into a brothel. When it is time to leave, he gives you a hand up with a fairly embarrassed expression, and you think vaguely about kissing him. You visit the workshop often, spend hours watching him work, trading stories from your past, and idly, calmly, emptily discussing the future. You manage to coax him out of his workshop and over to your house. Your mother is helplessly charmed. Then the conversation comes, what you've been dreading. I have something I need to tell you. He puts his tools down carefully, giving you his full attention. Yes. You tell him of the witch, of your bargain, no, and of its price, of your debt. His face is stormy. Children are not currency. I had little choice, a life for life. If it could have been mine, I would have paid that price. He's still frowning. I want to have children, a family, with you. I just want to... He lets out a breath, then turns his hand to hold yours. It is difficult, but I understand the importance of keeping your word and paying our debts. And when this is done, we can get on with the rest of our lives. You marry that spring. In a small candlelit ceremony, and a baby comes fast on its heels. With your mother's wisdom and your husband's support, you navigate the difficult months until your daughter arrives. She's beautiful, with his dark skin and your eyes, but she cries oddly and does not eat enough, and her little chest is struggling for each breath. You send for a healer. You are not surprised when the witch shows up instead. I hear congratulations are in order, she says, as she leans over the pier at the bundle in her arms, face soft. But she is very sick. You ask, is there any way to help her? The witch looks up at you, gaze steady but kind. This is no small illness. Your healers will not be able to save her. If I take her with me, she will be careful, she will be taught, she will thrive. You look down at your daughter, frail and pained. You look across to your husband, who nods gravely. It must be done. Whatever to give her a chance at life. The witch looks grave. I'm sorry. I know this is hard, but I also know this is the only way to save her. She waits patiently as you both say your goodbyes. Teary-eyed kisses and soft promises to never forget. When you transfer the sleeping bundle to the witch's arms, when she smiles down sweetly at her new charge, you can't help but ask, will we see you again? That depends on you, the witch answers, some cryptic knowing smile back in place. She brushes a comforting hand on your cheek, words seeming to curl directly from her chest to yours. She will be more than healthy, she will be powerful. And then they were gone. A witch's word is good. You can't shake the feeling that it could have gone differently, maybe better. Wait, it seems familiar. You look up at the witch. At your friend. Have we done this before? She smiles slowly. So you're starting to remember. You huff in frustration, but you find yourself returning to her smile. Are these my only option? Is this the way it has to be? Her eyes spark, and she leans forward keenly. Perhaps there are other options. Perhaps there are things you're only beginning to see. Okay. Oh, that was kind of hard to see. You feel a shift, unconsidered possibilities, other futures forming at the edge of your mind. What do you want? You think you know, but you're unsure if it's possible. With a deep breath, you look at the witch in the eyes and offer her your hand. She looks startled, for the first time you can remember, but her smile says she's been hoping for this. She takes your hand. What about a deal? She smiles and uses your clasped hands to pull you gently closer. I wanted a student who would eventually become a partner, an equal, someone to show all the hidden secrets of this world, someone to set free. In her eyes you see fires and forests, hidden places and old ways. You cannot look away. Now I can have that, she continues. If you want it, you feel yourself shiver. I want it. She leans in further to murmur, a promise against your skin. You will be more than alive. You will be powerful. The promise is thrilling, but one thing matters more. The most. And we'll do it together. She looks at you like your revelation, leans in to brush her lips to yours. Together. A witch's word is good. That was nice. Aw. I saw that coming. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. You know. Head empty. Great. Subscribe, like, comment. You know the drill. I hope you have a good day. Bye.